Hi everybody, welcome back to Ox Talks. It is Friday, January 12th, 2024. Hope you all have had a positive and productive day today, winding down the work week. Appreciate all of you being here to watch the videos. Please subscribe to this channel. Hit the like button, hit the thumbs up button, and the bell notification. Please do all those things so that we can continue to spread the word with the economic events, political events that are unfolding now. We'll share and talk about today that I think increases risk for this country. And of course, please please share these videos with all of your family, friends, coworkers, and colleagues so we can continue to spread the word. That's why I started this channel, to try to bring many years of experience as a business owner, someone who stays awake, pays attention to, and has for many, many years, other sources of news beyond and beside just the mainstream media. Someone who tries to also walk the walk when it comes to preparedness, having food storage, having water storage, having security, training with security, taking prudent steps to protect your family, having a estate plan, having insurance in place, doing all these things that makes you more self-reliant and less susceptible to disruption. We talk about being your own boss. I started one of my first videos I think I did over 3 months ago was Be Your Own Boss. So let's start with the markets today. Gold finished up about $20. Silver put on about 47-cent gain. The 10-year was down a bit, and I have a feeling that's because it was a bit of a flight to safety because of what's unfolding over in Yemen with the attacks. And we'll talk about that. And the dollar was up a little bit. Markets were flat, except the Dow was down about 100 points. So look, I would have expected the markets to get beat up a little bit more than they did. Let's talk about cryptocurrencies. I just checked cryptos. Leave the comments below, please. What is happening with cryptocurrencies? I see that Bitcoin, as of filming this video today, this afternoon, my time, at about 4 p.m., Bitcoin is down over 8%. I see Ethereum down 3%, XRP down over 5%. Does this have something to do with the new ETF? Or what are you guys hearing and seeing? That is a major move. Maybe it's just taking some profits based upon the recent run-up in the cryptos. Again, I do own some cryptos. I'm not anti-crypto. For me, it's kind of like if you don't hold it, you don't own it. I'm a big proponent of physical gold and silver over any other asset form. However, I would like to know if there's some news on why the cryptos are getting hit so aggressively this afternoon. Let's talk about the main news story from my perspective that broke last night. When I did the video last night late, I was just digesting the information, so I wasn't prepared to address it. A couple of you guys commented about this. So here's the big news that I think is out there, and probably is just the beginning of more to come. And this was from Zero Hedge. Actually, it was updated this morning early. And it says, Houthis undeterred after U.S. coalition pummels over 60 targets with Tomahawk missiles and airstrikes. So what this is a joint effort between the UK and the United States. And we basically coalitioned and led airstrikes and strikes in Yemen on these Houthi militants, which ties back into the Houthis attacking the cargo ships going through the Red Sea, which we talked about on some videos the last couple of weeks, which has impacted the shipping lanes, which has caused a snarling of the transportation of goods that normally flow through the Red Sea and the Suez Canal. It's increased shipping time, it's increased shipping costs. So this is in response to those attacks, those direct attacks on the ships. It says, Thursday night, U.S. and U.K. led major strikes on Houthi-controlled areas of Yemen, while posing a significant risk for escalating the Gaza war into a regional conflict. Still apparently have not deterred the Iran-backed rebel groups' resolve to attack the Red Sea shipping and even Western naval assets, it says. It says the American and British enemy bears, this is a Houthi spokesman and Brigadier General Yahya Saree, I'm sure I've slaughtered that name, released a videotaped address saying, quote, the American and British enemy bears full responsibility for its criminal aggression against our Yemeni people, and it will not go unanswered and unpunished. It says Houthi sources have tallied over 70 strikes across 5 regions of Yemen, indicating that at least 5 people died in the attacks. Pentagon indicated over 100 missiles of variety types were used. And then there was a statement from the U.S. Air Force Mideast Command that says a combination of jets, destroyers, and a submarine were used, hitting the Houthi command and control nodes, munitions depots, launching systems, production facilities, and air defense radar systems. So look, this is war. There's no doubt about it. This is not getting into whether or not the response is justified, not getting into whether or not the response is commensurate, but it is certainly, we could easily say an act of war. And I think that's why you saw the gold and silver markets today have some substantial gains. Actually, earlier in the day and overnight last night, gold was up, I believe, at one point over $30 an ounce. It says the key takeaway here is that after these brief fireworks, which many officials have complained comes much too belatedly, the Houthis are likely soon to resume their attacks. And here's the whole point, is we start this tit for tat, escalation over escalation. And where does it end? That's the concern. And that's what we should all be paying close attention to now. It says, also likely is that there will eventually be more rounds of coalition strikes on Yemen as the crisis endures. Thursday night's attack is likely to actually result in further reduced commercial shipping traffic in Red Sea waters now visited by war. This is military advises ships to avoid Bab el-Mandeb. Oil tanker firm halts Red Sea trips after U.S. strikes. Hafnia has stopped all southern Red Sea shipping, according to a statement from a spokesperson for the company, and tanker carrying Saudi crude to Suez turns before Gulf of Aden. So all these things are happening now in response. It is definitely escalating and going in the wrong direction. This is a foreign ministry statement by a Houthi spokesman, Hussein al-Ezi, acknowledged, quote, a massive aggressive attack by American and British ships, submarines, and warplanes, before going on to say that America and Britain will undoubtedly have to prepare to pay a heavy price and bear all the dire consequences of this blatant aggression. Look, obviously the reality is that the aggression was started by them, by attacking the shipping containers and cargo ships and shipping lanes. But that's beyond the point now. The point is that will this, bringing it back full circle, will this, and what is the possibility of this having an impact on us here in the United States? The question is how connected is this with the Iranians, and are there any cells that are in this country that now could be let's say awakened? I mean, this potentially has potentially can escalate much further and much faster. So what does that mean for all of us? It means that we need to be more vigilant. It means that we need to be paying attention to who's around us. When you walk into any establishment, when you go on to any form of public transportation, when you walk into restaurants, when you walk into big box stores, maybe it would be smart now to have your antennas up just a little bit more. Be a little bit more of your surroundings. We're all guilty of, at times, having our face buried in our phone, responding to emails or texts. Maybe it would make sense to tone that down on the back of this situation unfolding. It certainly is another layer on the conflict, and one that has the possibility of spilling over to our own home soil. In terms of also, in addition to just simply being more aware and more reactive, those of you that have not taken the idea of security and of self-defense seriously, it might be a good time for those of you who haven't to start doing that and to investigate, certainly within the rules and the laws of your specific state, what kind of self-defense tools would make sense for you, and then train with those tools and have backups and have supplies and understand the operating systems for those tools. And I think that there's probably no downside to that. Is this meant to? Is this alarmist? Is this doom and gloom? Is this a panic message? Absolutely not. The point is that from my perspective, I know JB speaks about it all the time on his channel, and he and I have done shows together on this from the range and training together. Everybody should, from my perspective, have that as part of their strategy, as part of creating their own bunker and their own safety net around themselves and their family. We cannot control what someone else is going to do around us or where those acts might take place. What we can control is putting ourselves in the best mindset possible to address a situation like that might unfold in your local area, and certainly to not only train your mind, but train yourself with the appropriate systems and tools to be able to be most effective if needed to do so to protect yourself and your family. So again, obviously, I can't go into all the specifics, but we all understand what's being discussed here, and I think this is a wake-up call. Certainly, the first thing on my mind last night when I read the article for the first time is it's a wake-up call. All of our light bulbs should be going off. Our antennas should be going up because of this situation. We know that there are people in the world that do not subscribe to our necessarily our way of life or our belief systems, and what is the repercussion from this? We're going to have to wait and see. But it appears, at least from reading this article, that neither side is going to be deterred, and that's when you start to have an escalation of events. Going into a weekend, again, I'm surprised the markets didn't sell off a little bit more with uncertainty, and you've got basically a new war now ticking off, one that certainly a U.S. and U.K. coalition has spearheaded. So with that being said, I hope all of you have a safe weekend, a productive weekend. I'm going to be going to get my workout here in a few minutes, and please take your physical fitness seriously. Take your diet seriously. I'm not lecturing you. I mean, I shared my story a couple weeks ago of what I did to change course many, many years ago. And I've never looked back, and I feel the best I've ever felt in my life, and I'm obviously the oldest I've ever been. So with that being said, get your walking in, get your steps in, get your hydration, and please watch what you eat, how much you eat. Those things are really important. With that being said, I think I'll try to get something up tomorrow on Saturday during the weekend. All of you have a great night. Bye.